In this module, we learned how lean and waste elimination is one of the three disciplines of SixSigma.org's integrated Lean Six Sigma methodology. There are practitioners out there who are lean practitioners only and know Six Sigma tools in their tool set. And there's also Six Sigma practitioners out there who want nothing to do with lean. In the last 5 years or thereabouts, there's been a really nice marriage between Lean and Six Sigma, and of course with our methodology integrating to MADV, all three disciplines and an understanding and exposure to and experience with all three disciplines will make you a very well-rounded process improvement professional. Lean has been around a long time, but the concepts have evolved since, some of the first rudimentary concepts were introduced by Toyota here some over 100 years ago or so. And these days, a lot of the development of Lean is done at the Lean Enterprise Institute here in the United States. And it's a great resource and website. They've got some great materials out there and are doing some very good research in the field of Lean. I wanted to touch on this notion of value-added, non-value-added. You can see here the definitions. Value-added, of course, is anything basically that the customer is prepared to pay for. I liken it to anything you can put on an invoice to a customer and the customer is willing to pay for that. That would be considered value-added to that customer. Then, of course, there's non-value-added. These are things that we do but customers don't pay us for. And then, of course, there are things that we do that customers won't pay us for, but we have to for regulatory requirements or compliance or risk requirements. There's also, though, the notion of business value added, and I'm just not a fan or in favor of that definition. Business value added is purported to be something we do that's valuable to the business. If you take that notion, though, to extremes, if everything we did was business value added, then of course we'd be out of business. And so I'm not a fan of that, recognizing business value added as anything valuable. We need to minimize anything that we do that the customers or someone is not going to pay us for. Now notice that Lean is actually just a somewhat eclectic collection of tools and techniques and methodologies. And as you saw in the module, though, the tools are Lean, but the methodology is the DMAIC methodology. And I think this is a great marriage between, having again a sort of eclectic collection of tools, but we need to know how to execute, and the how to execute comes through the methodology. And then finally, for this module, we see that at the very heart of waste elimination, of course, are the 7 wastes. Some of the literature does describe an 8th waste or even a 9th waste, but primarily these are the 7 that are talked about. And again, this is knowing how to find waste, to recognize it, to root it out, and then to eliminate it is the thrust of waste elimination. And then more generally, Lean is focused on both pull and flow, as we'll see in a later module.